Colorado Avalanche Hockey on Altitude is brought to you by Inova. Prostate cancer care in only 5 treatments with minimal side effects. Honda. Get your local Rocky Mountain Honda dealer today or visit RockyMountainHondaDealers.com. Connect for Health. You might not think you need health insurance. We all do. Get yours today at ConnectForHealthColorado.com. Jeep. And the unique brand of freedom you'll only find in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com. And by Subaru. Looking for your next winter experience? You'll find it in a Subaru, the official vehicle of Winter Park Resort. Avalanche begin 2015 home against the Edmonton Oilers. We take a look at tonight's Ford starting lineup, and let's tell you about the goaltending matchup for tonight. Peter?
In nets for the Edmonton Oilers, Ben Scrivens coming up a tough loss to the Calgary Flames in Calgary. In overtime at the other end, Semyon Varlamov looking to get back to 500 with his record. If he does, the Avalanche get back to 500.
The puck is dropped and we have begun play. Edmonton and Avs playing for the first time this season. There'll be a couple more games later this year. March 25th they'll play in Edmonton, and then on the 30th of March they'll be back home for the final game of the 3 against the Oilers. The Los Angeles Kings, now the only team in the Western Conference that the Avalanche have not faced this year. If you look at the rest of the Ford lineup, I see some changes in the line combinations for the Avalanche. No changes in terms of the lineup. Still the only healthy scratch tonight is defenseman Zach Redmond. And the injuries, Ben Street, Jesse Winchester, and Patrick Bordelot out of the lineup, along with Ryan Wilson and Jamie McGinn with long-term injuries. Steal by Landeskog, backhander saved by Scrivens, and he charges right into the net. Landeskog did, tackled by Ferentz. He runs into the goaltender. So a steal and a scoring chance early for the Avalanche, but Scrivens came up with a big save.
Yeah, and you know, when you're talking about the Edmonton Oilers right now, they're just so little has gone right. So little gone right for quite a while now for the Edmonton Oilers this year. I mean, they started off 4-4-1 their first 9 games, but since then, yeah, that was late October, and they've only won 4 more games since that time. So these kind of mistakes, the kind that can just eat you up. Unfortunately, Scrivens comes up early with a big save.
And Peter, certainly on the road, it's been difficult for this Edmonton Oilers team of late. No wins in their last 11 games on the road. Now, their last home game, Peter, they did have an exciting win. They won in a shootout over the defending champ Los Angeles Kings. And Peter, here's the second game as the lone head coach for the Edmonton Oilers.
And when you mean lone head coach, Craig McTavish, general manager, was in behind the bench, sort of helping with the transition. Todd Nelson had done an absolutely outstanding job in Oak City, Oklahoma City, the farm club of the Edmonton Oilers. He gets called up, and this is his chance to show everyone that he can be that main guy for the Edmonton Oilers. But Mike, the 3rd coach this year to be released.
Andrew Ferentz whips the puck around the boards. It's kicked ahead by Pouliot, who just came off the injured reserve list to join the Oilers. And in a little bit, we'll show you there's some changes brewing for the Oilers, including today they made a trade with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Batted ahead by Edmonton into the Colorado zone. Back to get it, Matt Duchene. He's had more points against Edmonton than any other team in his career. 27 points in 22 games. Spins in the corner, centers, and it comes all the way off the boards out to center ice. Handled by Nate Gannon, who scored his first goal of the season against Philadelphia a couple of nights ago on New Year's Eve. Scrivens leads the puck at the side of the net. McKean put it behind the cage, put it into the corner, steal by the Avs. Mitchell works his way to the blue line, turns and shoots, and Scrivens makes the save. And there'll be a face-off in the Edmonton zone. All right, let's talk about those roster changes recently for Edmonton.
Well, you're looking at a couple of deals. They claimed off a waiver from Boston. Matt Fraser, big, strong guy. Derek Roy comes over from Nashville. He gives them some skill in the center ice position. And probably the one that's the most important, Perron, Mike, is a really valuable player. Pittsburgh needed some scoring with some of their injuries. but the Edmonton Oilers get a first-round pick. You know, when you're building for the future, they thought this process was over. They didn't think they'd still be doing this, but when you're, you know, dead last in the league as they are, they have 24 points with Carolina. You know, that you have to keep building and acquiring assets.
And certainly a first-round draft choice is an asset. The Oilers also called up Anton Lander, and he is in the lineup tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. They had another move that they've made recently. Batted out to center, right up the line, scooped up, brought down the near side wing by big Luke Gazdi. One of the leaders in the National Hockey League with fighting majors. 13 of them this year. Out to center comes Tyson Barrie. Great effort in overtime. The assist to set up Ryan O'Reilly with the game winner with 20 seconds left in the overtime period against Philadelphia the other night. Bouncing puck between the circles. Riley turned into the corner. Put in deeper into the corner. Taken away by the Oilers. Managed up the wall. And scooped ahead by Jordan Eberle for Taylor Hall, number 4. This is the top line out right now for the Oilers. They've got Nugent Hopkins along with Eberle and Hall. A lot of talent for these three, Peter.
Yeah, these are three. This is one of those reasons why you keep looking at Edmonton. Why can't they score? They've got these young guys that are terrific hockey players. But again, when things go bad, Mike, everyone's included.
Nugent Hopkins, number 93, leading the team in points. Paul centering pass. Eberle cuts across. He shoots, but Varlamov came way out of the net. And a great play there by the goaltender to stop Jordan Eberle's effort.
Mike, you and I have commented because for years the Avalanche were in the same division as the Edmonton Oilers, and Eberle, it seemed every game would have a play that he would make where you just go, wow, that was just great. And there you saw right there his ability to get you to drop, get you to commit, and Varlamov makes a very big save.
Eric Roy taking the face-off for Edmonton. Oilers have the puck in the Av zone. Chipped away by Colorado. And hustling back to get it, Justin Schultz. The whistle's been blown, and it is an icing call on Colorado.
Right, you look at the first-round picks in the lineup tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, and the one that you have to look up right away, #1 picks overall, Hall, Nugent Hopkins, Nail Yakupov. Those are, I mean, you know, they thought by now with the, you know, they've been around long enough. This process of trying to find some chemistry would be over, but unfortunately, you just have to keep working at it.
Well, you saw the one, Peter, Leon Draisaitl, who was their top pick in this past summer's draft. He's not in the lineup. He's a scratch for tonight's game.
There's Taylor Hall right there, and he's always played well against the Colorado Avalanche. Mike, as we talked about in the pregame show, he skates so well. He's got great vision with the puck, and again, that line is very dangerous.
Schultz heads out to center. Bounce pass up ahead, and it's tipped ahead by Teddy Purcell, former Tampa Bay Lightning player. Landeskog back for the puck for Colorado. Behind the net, Stewart takes a hold of the puck. Brad Stewart picked up a couple assists the other night against the Flyers. And Stewart now with 4 points this season. Landeskog charges after the puck. Schultz on him. Landeskog holds on to the puck. Goes back towards the boards. Pass down the wall. Intercepted by Pouliot. And he chips the puck back into center ice. Long pass across the neutral zone by Johnson. Hayda drills one. Stopped by Scrivens. Keeps the play alive. And the puck comes free in the corner. Pass. There to center ice. On the move. Lander just called up. Takes the pass down the slot. Pass in front for Lander, but broken up. Coming back, McKinnon. Stopped the play for the Avalanche. Into the corner, Lander again with the puck for the Oilers. Pulls up, throws it back towards the far point. Pass down the slot, gets picked off. The Avalanche have got it. Brought in by Mitchell. Hand off to McKinnon. Pass in front, kicked on the goal, but the save made by Scrivens. Pass to center. And shot from the red line. And Fraser sending into the Av zone. And a hit by Gazdic. Freed up the puck. Nope, we got a whistle. That's going to be a penalty. Luke Gazdic with his hit on McKinnon. That results in a penalty.
Well, Mike, that's about as good a shift as a guy can have. Nathan MacKinnon, the great defensive play at one end.
2 minutes slashing.
He stops a goal. At the other end, he makes a great pass, and then he gets run into. Legassic right there, one of the biggest, strongest guys in the league, and that was his shoulder to shoulder, and he didn't go anywhere. Here's a chance here. Here's a chance for the Avalanche, and MacKinnon coming through. And if you're in the right spot, the puck just won't come to you.
Peter, watching that replay, I thought initially maybe it was the hit, but he slashed the stick out of the hands of MacKinnon. That's the penalty on Gazdic. So the slashing call. If the Avs score on the power play, a lucky winner will get Avalanche tickets to an upcoming game, courtesy of American Lifestyle Furniture. Register at afwonline.com/altitude. Slashing penalty at 5:43, and the Avalanche go to work on the power play. The Edmonton Oilers, now they're not bad, especially on the road. Killing penalties, 12th best in the league. Avalanche had a power play goal against the Flyers, and a big one in the third period scored by Ginla to tie the game at 3. And ultimately the game ended up being won by the Avs in overtime. Pass across, Holden walking in, cross ice, back towards the point for Tyson Barrie. Avalanche and Oilers scoreless in the first period. Shot save made by Scrivens, and he holds the puck for a faceoff.
Now you go to Colorado Avalanche and you look at some of the first-round picks in the lineup for the Avalanche, and you know, Mike, Jarome Iginla, of course, he was a first-round pick of the Dallas Stars. People always think of him as a Calgary Flame, but he was originally drafted by Dallas. Duchesne, Landeskog, MacKinnon. So I mean, there are just a lot, and I mean a lot of tremendous young players on the ice. There's also a couple of Grizzly vets, Alex Tanguay and Jarome Iginla.
As win the face-off, shot by Johnson, and it redirected wide of the net. Duchesne slings it back towards the point for Stewart. Back to Duchesne. Down low from Landeskog. Broken up and cleared out by Pouliot of Edmonton. 45 seconds remaining in the Gazdic penalty. So far, one shot on net during this power play opportunity for Colorado. Johnson picking up steam as he moves in over the line, trying to split through a couple of Oilers players. Slashed around and slammed around. Held in at the point by Stewart. Makes the pass across for Duchesne. Intercepted and then whacked off the boards, down the ice into the Avalanche zone. Stopped behind the net by Varlamov. They'll leave it there. There to center by Barrie. Angled to the corner. Oilers get to it. Clearing attempt kept in by Hayda. He spent part of his career as an Edmonton Oiler. MacKinnon in the corner. Checked by Schultz. And the power play is done. Avs had one shot during that 2-minute power play opportunity. It is scoreless in the first period in Denver. This game between the Oilers and Avs.
Back at the Pepsi Center, scoreless between the Avs and Edmonton. Patrick, you did a little shuffling of your lines for tonight's game. What are you expecting?
Well, right now we like what we've seen so far in our game. I mean, I thought MacKinnon did a great job on the back check here and got a nice play. And then offensively, they had a good chance because he made a great play, put it right on net, and there was a rebound in front. We just could capitalize on the rebound.
Thanks, Patrick. All right, guys, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Julie. Avalanche not able to capitalize on the power play, and so it is scoreless here in the first period. Tanguay, O'Reilly, and Iginla. That is the forward line for the Avs. We got a whistle. We'll have another face-off. 12:04 to go in the first. No score.
Ryan O'Reilly, Mike, we talked about Claude Giroux's play. It was sort of an individual effort, but as far as two guys putting together a play and making it work, Tyson Barrie and Ryan O'Reilly had 3 passes that were absolutely perfect that set up O'Reilly's game winner. It was a pretty special goal for the Avalanche.
As with the puck brought in by Tanguay. Nice pass over towards O'Reilly. Kipped in then from the point. Shot by Hayden misses. Johnson pinching in. All waving at the puck, but Johnson kept it alive. Still inside the zone. Avs have got it. Tanguay with the puck again. Moving in. Hayden shoots and a tip in front by Iginla. Sent the puck wide of the net. Avalanche have it. Jarome Iginla gives to Tanguay. Surrounded by 4 Oilers players, but still able to make a pass. And broken up. Nugent Hopkins makes a pass of Weiss. Then a hit, carried in by Eberle. Gets bumped, but makes the handoff to Hall. Cuts in, he shoots, and a save made by Varlamov. Let's take a peek at tonight's winning combo presented by Blackjack Pizza.
Well, score the first goal. And what I mean by that is for the Avalanche, get that first goal. Edmonton is 15 games under 500 when the other team gets the first goal. They're a game over 500 when they get the first goal. And score 4, Mike. The Avalanche can crank up the offense. They're 11-0-0 when they scored 4+ goals this year.
Roy taking the face-off for Edmonton. Doing so against Nathan MacKinnon. Oilers move the puck to center ice. Handoff. Brought in down the wing. Carried wide and behind the net by Roy. Gets to Schultz. Back into the corner. Purcell lets it go free. Gets it back. Handoff in the corner. Centering pass. Broken up, but Roy got it back for Edmonton. Purcell with the puck for the Oilers. Pushes it around the wall. Stewart after it. With a little help from MacKinnon. Give to Mitchell. Pass behind the net for Holden. The Avalanche move out to center ice. Carried through the middle with speed by MacKinnon. He shoots, and the puck goes wide of the net. Coach Waugh said this morning, Peter, he wants to see Nathan MacKinnon shooting the puck more, bringing the puck in, and then taking some shots.
Mike, what he wants him to do, in other words, is to start opening things up. If you become predictable in the sense that all you're going to do is carry it, you're going to carry it to one spot, that defenses start playing you for that. If you're starting to put the puck on net, you're starting to shoot them all over. They have to lay back a little bit. You buy yourself some room.
Scramble for the puck behind the Oiler net. Finally comes free, and Duchesne steals away the puck. Spun it around the boards. Shot at by Yakupov. Out to center ice. Rams get it again. Lifted in the air by Briere to the corner. Petrie around the boards. Pass for Lannert. And carried out towards center by Hall. Lost it. Steal made. Duchesne throwing in the circle. Pass in front. And blocked. Bounced up off the boards. Held in by the Avalanche. Cross for Johnson. Shot it around the boards. Waiting is Duchesne. Reverse it back to the corner for Landeskog. Up the boards, shot to the net, save made by Scrimmage. Handled by Briere. It's checked. But the puck picked up by Landeskog. Pass behind the net. The Avs continue to control the puck in the Edmonton zone. It's a long stretch in the Oilers' end. Centering pass intercepted. Taylor Hall moving to center ice. Picked it off the glass, getting it into the Avalanche end. Coming back, Erik Johnson.
So Mike, you can see right there, one of Edmonton's problems. That whole thing was because they coughed the puck up at the blue line, and then they spent the next 40 seconds chasing it around.
Up to the corner. Tenderly. And O'Reilly after the puck. Nugent Hopkins took it away for the Oilers. Makes a pass for Schultz. Up the wall for Eberle. Sent cross ice in the air for Yakupov. Held in by Schultz. Taken off the puck and hit hard in the corner by Stewart of the Avalanche. And Holden works the puck out to center ice. Bumped in. Quick pass up ice for Eberle. Cuts in, makes the pass going wide. Shot by Yakupov, gets tipped, and the puck has gone out of play. And we'll return. We're a little over halfway through our first period in Denver. No score. Let's take a look at who's in the groove. Brought to you by Groove Subaru, and Alex Tanguay is grooving right now.
December led the Avalanche in scoring 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points, but just 2 points away, becoming the 17th active player to score 800 points in the NHL. And like you score 800 points in the NHL, you are an unbelievable hockey player.
And he's going to, if he stays healthy, Peter, he's also going to cross 1,000 games in the National Hockey League this season.
And again, still wearing that fishbowl.
After the face-off, Stewart moves the puck behind the net for the Avalanche. Up the board, Schultz pinched in, threw it behind the Avalanche net. Holden sneaks his way by Pouliot, banged it off the glass, and a race for the puck. McLeod catches up to it, punched away from him, pass out to center ice for Purcell. Shoots to the corner. Behind the net, cut off. by Cleach. No score in our first period. 7 shots. They have 3 for the Oilers. They have not had a shot for the Oilers in the last 8 minutes of play.
I think the Avalanche, Mike, are very pleased with their defensive play in most games in the last 8-10 games. And it's just if that offense can be what it was last game, when you're getting those 3-4 goals, they're gonna win a lot of hockey games.
Rammed in by the Oilers. Bouncing puck, and Varlamov able to jump on it and cover.
Mike, this is our first year that we've had a chance to watch Jarome Iginla and Alex Tanguay play together. And I finally, this last shift, they remind me of a pair in the league. They remind me of the Sedins because so many of their passes are short passes where they're coming at each other, and they're just all of a sudden one of them will spring out and get open. Usually Iginla off a Tanguay pass, you know, and so it's just been fascinating to watch the mind of these two guys. One pure shooter and one pure passer, but it works so well.
On the point, shot by Petrie, and that is blocked. And sent back to the front of the net, stopped again. The Avalanche has got the puck. Shipped up and out. Grabbed by Mitchell, brought in down the wing into the Oilers zone. And the trailer shot by Barrie, and that one sailed wide of the net. Comes around the wall to the corner. Off the boards, out to center ice. Put away from Matt Hendricks, the former Avalanche. Duchesne's got a hold of the puck for Colorado. Shoots it in.
Mike Mitchell just got cut in the nose.
Duchesne holding the puck, flipped it to the corner. Bounces puck behind the Edmonton net. Comes free, Lander. Skate out towards center ice. Makes the pass through the middle. Steal made by the Avs. Pushed up ice by Briere. Landeskog hand off to Duchesne. Shoots it through the low slot. Rims around, held in by Johnson. Again, the Avs spending time in the Edmonton zone. Landeskog trying to throw it out in front, banged around, give it right away to Johnson. He put it off the boards. Chased Lannert for Edmonton. To get out of the zone, he did. Just outside the blue line. The Avs steal it back. Briere by himself, stripped of the puck. The Oilers have got it. Petrie makes the handoff, carried to center ice. Put off the boards by Nugent Hopkins. Holden got it back for the Avalanche. Gives to O'Reilly. Cross ice pass and carried through the middle. And shot in by Stewart. Stopped behind the net by Scriven. Shoots it around the glass. Didn't touch the screen apparently, so the puck has gone out of play. Now John Mitchell got clipped in a scoreless first period in Denver. Stevenson Automotive brings you our Did You Know question. Here it is tonight. What franchise has the longest playoff drought in NHL history? The Rockies Devils, C1, C2 the Florida Panthers, or C3 the New York Islanders? Text your answer. We'll give you the correct one in the third period.
The reason we bring this up, Mike, the Edmonton Oilers unfortunately are on a pretty long run of their own. 8 years in a row they've gone, Mike, without making the playoffs.
Alex Tanguay has the puck, scooped back behind the net. Comes up the wing, Jordan Eberle. Had knocked it down with a high stick, so we're going to have a face-off. 5:27 to go in the first, no score in this one.
And somebody knows all about these Edmonton Oilers, Jarome Iginla. You know, the rivalry that they have, Mike, is still incredibly intense, Calgary and Edmonton. This is the, I believe, 93rd time that he's played against the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, they just had another game recently. Hayter with the puck in the corner. Push free. Nugent Hopkins steals it away. Cuts behind the Avs net. Throws it back towards the point. Slid across by Fane. Tipped in front. Nugent Hopkins chases the puck. He turns and shoots. Blocked by O'Reilly. Bouncing puck. O'Reilly bats it ahead. Kept in at the blue line. Shot by Fane. Glove. Save made by Varlamov.
Here are those clubs, Mike, that we're talking about as far as longest streaks, and it's the Edmonton Oilers, and you know it's tough. It's just been a painful time. 8 years inside of the city of Edmonton, where I remember one day we were there, Mike, and the front page was some player was dropped from the third or fourth line on the depth chart, and it was the front page article, not the sport page, the whole front page. So it shows you how seriously they take their hockey.
Well, when you won as many Stanley Cups as they did in their heyday, there's such a history there of having success. It's been a long run and a trying time for their fans. Oilers had the puck, scoreless first period. They're in the Avalanche and the Oilers. Grabbed by Roy. Taken away by the Avalanche. Sent to center for Max Talbot to take. Shoots it in. He'll chase the puck. He gets to it first in the corner. Rolls it up the wall, but Julian makes the pass to center ice for Purcell. Turns and shoots. And the puck dribbling wide of Varlamov. Back behind the cage. Avalanche have got it. We got a fight developing. Out at center ice. Matt Hendricks has dropped the gloves. And he's going to take on Cody McLeod. McLeod and Hendricks throwing punches. McLeod's helmet has come off. A right by McLeod. Hendricks has got a hold of him pretty tight. McLeod throwing another punch by McLeod, laying on the side of the helmet of Hendricks. And those two now are going to get separated and sent to their respective penalty boxes. In fact, now they're just going to send them to the locker room because there's less than 5 minutes to go in the period. So our first fight of the game, McLeod and Hendricks.
Well, Mike, former teammates, and make no bones about it, they were buddies in their time here, no question, because they were kindred spirits. They're both tough. They're both like those kind of guys that would stand up for their team. And somebody said something wrong. Well, Wayne Gretzky was 99, Mike, and for Cody McLeod, he's also 99. 99 fights now for the Colorado Avalanche.
Peter, I have to laugh because watching that fight and watching across the rink, and I know a good friend of mine who was an Olympic boxer and a real champion heavyweight fighter is here tonight, and I was just watching him in his first ever hockey game. he just was loving it. DeVarrell Williamson, who I worked several boxing matches on altitude with, he is here tonight watching the game. I just watched him. He was kind of throwing a little punch himself while he was watching it.
It's a, you know, you can like it, dislike it. There's been a lot of talk about, you know, is there a place for it in the game anymore? But, you know, having been around as many as I was around, not in around, Mike, I'll make that, as I always like to do, very clear. Mike,
Peter, there he is. That's
yes.
DeVarrell Williamson. My children take boxing lessons in the summer. Just in case, you know. Just in case that whole college thing doesn't work out.
The old pain spirit going.
The Irish, you know. With the puck along the near side is Taylor Hall. Against the half-board, full help from Nugent Hopkins. And the puck comes free. Aired out towards center ice. Pushed into the corner. Centering try. Comes free. And the Oilers got it back. Pushed out to center ice. Handled by John Hayda. Shot around the boards. Bounces into the corner. And a collision, but the puck freed up. Coming out towards center ice. The red line. Blocked. Carried in. Offside. Called on the Edmonton Oilers. Luxury has an address. Cooney Lexus invites you to see the full line of Lexus all-weather drive sedans and luxury utility vehicles for 2014. They're available at Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village and Colorado Springs.
Well, Jan Hayda and Eric Johnson, as usual, getting that, you know, the other team's big line. Every time that Nugent Hopkins' line has been out there, those two have been out there for the Avalanche.
Peter told you earlier in this period the Oilers went over 8 minutes without a shot on net. Well, the Avs have now gone 6 minutes without a shot. Carried in the corner by Pouliot. Moves the puck for Purcell. Given back. Purcell in the corner. Threw it out in front off of Varlamov. Back to the point. Shot got through. Back in. What a stretch and a save by Varlamov. Boy, he just pushed across that pad, made a brilliant save. Aired up ice by Stewart. To the red line. Cross-ice pass gets tipped, and the puck has gone over the glass and out of play.
Like, I had a good look at the start of this. The shot from the point got through, good neck presence down low. And you're on me. Oh my goodness. I mean, he did everything. Pouliot did everything you're supposed to. Maybe didn't roll a wrist because he was going down, but I mean, he stretched, found that, and he's just a terrific save by Varlamov.
Scrivens leaves the puck at the side of the net. Ference and pushed out to center. Oilers now leading in shots, 9-7. Hand pass called. Stop the action here in the first period with 2:09 left.
And for Erik Johnson, we've talked so much, Mike, about the idea that 6 goals in 6 games before last game. Well, last game for the Colorado Avalanche, he had 7 block shots, and he was out there a lot against Voracek and Claude Giroux. So, I mean, it was a busy night because those two guys had good games.
Pass off the boards for Everly. Bounced in. Landeskog comes back for the puck. Fights off a hit of Hall. Handoff goes to Heda. Slides the puck ahead. Johnson's pass intercepted by Everly. And bouncing through the middle zone, Hall able to settle the puck down. Pass back into his own zone for Ference to pick. Off the boards. Chipped out to center by Lander of Edmonton. Back into the Colorado zone. Pass across for Tyson Barrie. Coming out through center. To the red line. Backhanded in wide of the net. Smacked around the boards. Held at the point. Shot by Gannon. Goes wide. Back up the wing on the near side in the Edmonton zone. Going back behind the net. Into the corner for Petrie. Spencer sends it up the boards. Held at the point by Cleach. Steal made. Barrie moving down the slot. He shoots and a save made by Scrivens. Puck still inside the zone. That's done a nice job holding it in. And off to Mitchell in the corner in the final minute of the period. Centered out in front for Mitchell. Pushed away from him. It's going to be a penalty. And it's going to be on the Avalanche. They crashed the net into Ben Scrivens. And that's a goalie interference penalty called on the Avalanche.
Well, this comes at the end of a good shift for the Colorado Avalanche. Rendulic had done it. Mike, a nice job.
51, Edmonton, 2 minutes cross-checking. Colorado.
The argument here is that he was pushed in by Lander.
Correct. But
nonetheless, the call made. Oh, you know what? See, Lander's going into the box as well.
One for cross. I'm sure he got it for cross-checking. And
so we do correct that there was a goaltender and interference penalty, but Peter, we were also right that he was pushed in.
Exactly.
So is the reason behind for the referee is well, even though you were pushed, you could have prevented yourself from going into the goaltender?
It's one of those things that you feel the guy did absolutely everything to get out of the way of the poor goaltender.
Is that sarcasm? Absolutely. Poor goaltender. O'Reilly had the puck. We're going 4-on-4 hockey. O'Reilly makes a steal. He's got the angle, shoots, but it goes off the arm of Scrivens. And out to center ice, Everly. Bounces off a hit and slides the puck ahead for Nugent Hopkins. Going to give it to Schultz, a steal by the Avs. And we've got just 7 seconds to go in the period. Shot down the ice by Johnson on net. And Scrivens came out to handle the puck at the bottom of the circle with Duchesne chasing. And we've come to the end of the first period of play. You see them talking to each other as they head to their respective locker rooms. Well, Peter, no goals during that first period of play.
I think each goaltender had maybe one real tough save they made. And I think for you know, again, the Avalanche, these are the kind of games that sometimes a club like Edmonton comes in, you just got to grind it out. Edmonton is going to, new coach, they're going to want to play it real close to the vest. So the Avalanche just got to stay with the game plan and keep going.
10 shots for the Avs, 9 shots for the Edmonton Oilers. It'll still be 4-on-4 for another minute, 9 when we come back for the second period of play. No score. Get ready for the Toyota intermission report. Avalanche and Oilers played 20 minutes. No goals. Both teams had a couple of good chances. Goaltenders made their saves, and Peter, we're going to the second period in a scoreless game. Now, this meaningful part of this game for the Avalanche, they got to get another 2 points and get back in that race in the Western Conference. Get with that pack, Peter, who are fighting right now for a wild card spot.
Yeah, it's becoming very apparent that this group is going to stay together as far as points. You look at the teams: St. Louis 47, LA 46, Vancouver 45, San Jose 45, Winnipeg 45, Calgary 45. All of those clubs are going to be in except for one. So for the Colorado Avalanche, the idea is you want to pull up, get into that group. Get into it so where you can make a difference. You don't have to be watching all the time, scoreboard watching, hoping that a team is going to just completely fall apart. At this point in the season, I don't believe there are one of those clubs. I think Calgary had their little bottoming out. They went, I think, 7-8 games they did not win. Well, now they're back playing a little bit better. And I think it's just going to be a pack moving up in the Avalanche. You know, they put themselves in a hole, but they got to catch the pack. They're 5-2-2. In their last 9, and you've got to keep building on that.
Okay, the X factor and all that, Peter, those teams that are ahead of you don't know if there's going to be a serious injury for any of those guys. That's your X factor.
A serious injury or
goaltending situation, you know, can change things. But right now for the Avalanche, their concern is the second period with Edmonton. Still another minute and 9 seconds of 4-on-4 time. And the Avalanche start with Duchesne, Landeskog, Johnson jumping up, shot by Duchesne on that tip, goes wide. And the other player out there, Hayda for the Avs. Those are the 4 out on the ice for the Avalanche. Landeskog has the puck, works his way towards the blue line, makes the pass, cutting across. Johnson shoots wide to the net. Centered out in front, blocked, given away, but the Oilers get it back. Carried 1-on-1. Taylor Hall against Eric Johnson. Trailed by Nugent Hopkins. They collide against each other. And the puck, though, picked up by Hall. But the referee outside the zone is calling a penalty. And it's going against the Taylor Hall of the Edmonton Oilers. So the Avalanche are going to get a 4-on-3 situation for 23 seconds.
Edmonton number 4, 2 minutes slashing.
And he knew it right away. Comes across and just slashes the stick out of Landeskog's hands. But look at Duchesne and Johnson going to the net at perfect stick position by both of these guys. They were right there. They just couldn't quite chip that one home.
Both of the minor penalties that the Oilers have taken in this game that have resulted in an Avalanche power play situation have been they've slashed the stick out of one of the Avalanche players' hands. And Hall just did it 45 seconds into the second period. 4-on-3. One of those rare situations. Now it's not going to last very long. In fact, just another 5 seconds. Johnson over the line for Tanguay. In the slot, shot gets blocked. And the puck is scooped up and shot down the ice by the Oilers. And now it is just a situation where it is 5-on-4 power play time. We had those matching penalties. Lander and Mitchell. That ended. Now Hall in the penalty box for the Oilers for slashing. Power play number 2 of the game for the Avalanche. One-timer off the outside part of the post by Jarome Iginla. That was about the spot he was at in the third period against Philadelphia when he tied the game at 3.
And Mike, you can certainly feel that Jarome Iginla's game is really coming to him because he just missed that. He timed that perfectly.
Waved in by Nick Holder of the Avalanche. Put back around the boards. Avalanche have got it. Still in the power play. Another 40 seconds left in the Hall penalty. Stewart, side of the net. Mitchell, right back to Stewart. High in the slot towards Barry. Fights off a check. Stays with the puck. High in the slot for Mitchell. He shoots and missed. Back around the wall. 25 seconds to go in Hall's penalty. McKinnon. High in the slot. Stewart shoots wide. Bangs back up the wall for Barry to take. Gives to John Mitchell. The half boards for Nathan McKinnon. Smacked around the boards and out by the Oilers. The Avalanche are going to go through this power play without getting a shot on net. Hall is out of the penalty box. And they have 0 for 2 tonight with power play opportunities as Scrivens covers the puck for a faceoff.
Again, number 12, Iginla on the far side. Goal scorers, Mike, they position themselves well. You see, he's all set. You're exactly right, Mike. And now it was at the other end of the ice. It was the third period. but he was off to the goaltender's right, and he wired that last game. And it was short side top shelf in a heartbeat.
And Duchesne against Derek Roy for the face-off. Oilers had the puck. Pouliot. And the puck knocked away from him from behind by Landeskog. Back out to center. Pouliot loses the puck. Scooped up, carried in by Briere. Pass to the trailer. Bounced away. Oilers have the puck. Purcell sends it across. Keaton to center ice. Lead pass. Going in over the line. And taken away by Johnson for Colorado. Starts to hit up ice. Picking up speed as he gets to the red line. Over the line to the trailer. Briere shoots and missed. Back up the wing. And cleared out to center ice. Oilers come into the Avs zone. Yakupov cuts across. Pass towards Roy. Missed. Rammed around the boards. Johnson for Colorado. Puck out to center ice. Jeff Petrie. Edmonton defenseman coming back for the puck. Long pass stolen by Barrie. Stops at the blue line. Makes the pass. But it gets tipped to center. Backed in. Around the boards by McLeod. Scrivens falls down behind the net. Pushed around the wall. Yakupov gave it away. Bad pass. Cutting in is Barrie. Shoots. But Scrivens makes the save.
Well, for Ben Scrivens, came over from Los Angeles to join the Edmonton Oilers, and man, that's just one of those ones, Mike. You're just blown down. But good passing by the Avalanche. A couple of these situations. They're driving towards the net. Did that ping off the post? I think it did, Mike.
It sure did.
And there was the last play where Yakupov just completely threw it out to Barrie, who stepped in nicely.
Big passes like that, Peter, you realize why a player's minus 20.
Yeah, it has not been easy for the young guy. He has been taking a lot of criticism. His play has been inconsistent at best. But he was the #1 pick overall a couple of years ago. And what do you do with that kind of talent?
Coming in, Taylor Hall. Eberle to the front of the net. The pass, and I think O'Reilly may have tipped that away from Hall. Back the other way. And put away by Scrivens. He hit the referee. It was clear. Folks attempt to send it up the boards, got blocked. Hall pass to Schultz. Avalanche steal the puck back, but it's tipped out to center ice. McGinley's got it for Colorado. Oilers have not had a shot during this period. We've had 5 minutes of action in the second. Oilers without a shot on net. Avalanche control the puck. Pass off the boards. Back into the Edmonton zone. Pressure by McKinnon. Frees up the puck. Schultz knocked it down. Chipped it up the boards for Purcell. And he turns. Makes a pass across. Return to the far side circle. Justin Schultz. Makes a pass for Oscar Klefbom. Over the line. Shot wide of the net. Roy's pass. It escaped. And banks back down into the Edmonton zone.
Patience, Mike. The Avalanche have got to keep their patience because this game is, it's not a lot of tempo, not a lot of scoring chances.
Centered out in front for McKinnon. And Mitchell ties up with Petrie. And the puck pushed up the slot, but not out. Bang back into the corner. Oilers continue to struggle to break out of their own zone. Pass out to center, and that's skipped by Hendricks. Icing called on the Edmonton Oilers. Don't miss a pregame with Ron Zappolo this Sunday from 8 to 10. You can catch exclusive interviews with players like running back C.J. Anderson and the complete pro football landscape with Carl Mecklenburg, Brandon Stokely, and Mark Jackson. The pregame with Ron Zappolo Sunday at 8 on Altitude. And plenty to talk about, of course, weekend of NFL playoffs. Steal by Purcell. Moves to center ice. To the red line. Left it in. Pass across. Aaron to center ice. Leaf. Back in front of the net. Hendricks has got it for Edmonton. Gets through the red line. Shipped into the corner. Oilers had the puck. They have to knock down by big end of the Avs. And the puck launched back out to center ice. Heat come back and get it. Hand off to Yakupov. Skates through center. Get over the line. Cuts across. Trying to push the puck across, but pushed in by Nikitin. And that caused everybody to have to come back on side for Edmonton. Giving the Avs a chance to come out of the zone. Johnson sends the puck into the Oiler end. After getting to it first, Landeskog and Duchesne. Duchesne's got it. Pass back towards the point for Holden. He shoots through traffic, but a glove save made by Scrivens. And we'll be back. No score in the second period in Denver. Down on the Avalanche bench, Peter McNabb set to talk to Erik Johnson. Peter?
You know, this is a club you just can't take for granted, and you're playing a good, solid hockey club. What's the key for your hockey club the rest of this game?
Yeah, I think you said it pretty good there. I mean, we know we're going to get our chances, and it's a matter of knowing when it's there and taking advantage of it. And if you press on them, you're going to give up an odd man rush, and that's what they want. So I think, like you said, we stayed patient. We're going to get our opportunity. We got to make sure we capitalize on it, but we're going to get that opportunity. We just got to make sure we're patient. We jump in the hole when it's there. We're playing good hockey right now, and can't get frustrated. You got to maintain our patience, and when we get that scoring chance, bear down and then put in the back of the net.
EJ, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Back to play in the second period. 12:40 to go in this period. Oilers without a shot on net in this period. The Avalanche continued to hem them in their own zone. Pass out to center ice. Matt Hendricks. Poke check by Landeskog. Rams get it back. Tyson Barrie. To the fight. Landeskog. Got to wait for Briere to come back on side. Pass behind him for Barrie. Skates over the line. Now Danny Briere with the puck for the Avs. To the corner for Duchesne. Circles out in front. Pass score! Daniel Briere with his 7th of the season, set up by Matt Duchesne. And the Avalanche are ahead 1-0 in the second period.
So they've been coming, Mike. They've been coming. Colorado Avalanche pressing the play. Briere, who's been put on the right side, but again down low. Who is down low causes some trouble? Johnson. He's down there. That's what he just finished talking to us about. Jumping into that hole. Now, is he the man that made the play? Of course not. But he was one that started to get people looking, wondering what he was going to do. And then, what a nice play by Matt Duchesne on that goal. A little backhand pass across the Briere. He made no mistake.
Here's the Connect for Health scoring summary. 7th of the season for Daniel Briere. And the assist to Matt Duchesne and Tyson Barrie. Shot from the point gets blocked. And they're racing for it. They get it, but wedged off the puck. And then brought in offside by the Avalanche.
Right, just getting back to one thing about the players, you know, the respect that they have for Daniel Briere. You and I have talked about it. You don't want to, you know, in nauseam keep talking about it. I think fans realize what a nice guy he is. But every team that he has been on, we talked to those people there in Buffalo. The fans are still talking about what a nice guy he was. He has been a tremendous internal addition to this team.
You're right, Peter. Talked to somebody on the coaching staff for the Philadelphia Flyers, and the first question he asked me is, how's Danny B? How's he doing? He just is loved wherever he plays. Yep. Dropped into the corner. In the Edmonton zone, Avalanche strike first. They get that first goal. Briere scoring here in the second period. Pass back to the point for Holden. Got back around the wall. Cut off by Lander for the Oilers. Moves it behind his own net. Barrett puts it off the glass ahead for Yakupov. Pushed up ice for Anton Lander. Over the line. Shot on net, and the save made by goaltender Semyon Varlamov. Just the second shot of the period for Edmonton. That was Matt Fraser. Shot in from center. Stopped behind the net by Varlamov. Pass comes down the ice, around the boards, reversed back by the Avalanche, and out to center ice. Backing up Erik Johnson. Pass through the middle. Shot in. Again, after the puck for Colorado, but Oilers get it back. Nugent Hopkins had it, lost it. Tanguay in the slot. Hayden shoots high. Off the glass, bouncing puck to the corner. Nugent Hopkins able to push it ahead. Pass across. Return. Flip ball out to center ice. And it's turned around. And we got an icing call on the Edmonton Oilers.
Let's go back to the goal. And again, watch Pierre Fortier. Watch how he analyzes the play. And the coaches have been talking about the fact that, okay, that's his 7th goal of the season. But more importantly, Mike, he's not the biggest guy, but he's got a real net presence. And what that means, Mike, he goes to the right spot. He is dangerous when he is in front of the net. He's just not one of those guys that's standing there and taking up space. He's actually making the right move. He's there to tip one or grab a rebound.
Bouncing puck Avs again. Nice job all night long keeping the puck in the zone. Then a steal. And it's 3-on-1 for Edmonton. Taylor Hall with the puck. 3-on-1. Pass missed by Nugent Hopkins. Saucers across and it hopped over his stick. Brought the other way by Landeskog. Shoots it across the rink. Picked up by Briere. Checked in the corner by Nugent Hopkins, who lost his stick. Pass behind the net for Duchesne. Barry shoots, but a tip sends the puck wide. Scoot back into the corner. Oilers have got it. And Fane sent it back in front of his own net. Pass to center. Stolen momentarily by Mitchell and knocked ahead by McKinnon. Centering try. Mitchell turns and shoots. Blocked. Barry trying to send a shot to the net, and it stops. And it's pushed out to center ice by Boyd Gordon. For Hendricks. Called up into the corner. Sent behind the net by Gazdic. Hendricks off the boards, back to the point. Petrie turns and shoots, and through a lot of bodies. Varlamov saw it and made the save. Daniel Briere with his 7th goal of the season, and the Avalanche lead the Oilers 1-0.
Back at the Pepsi Center, Colorado leads Edmonton 1-0 in the second. This is a great feel-good story. 16-year-old Tani Trujillo is the Av for the day. Now, the Avs players initially met Tani at their annual Children's Hospital visit in December when she was recovering from knee surgery. She's such a big Avs fan, she started crying when she saw the guys. Today she had a chance to meet them a little bit more formally. A humongous Avs fan, and the Avs players were very affected by how much of a fan she really is, guys.
Thank you very much, Julie. Chasing after the puck, Pouliot center in the slot, and a steal made by McKinnon, and he gets hit by Purcell. Pass though comes out to center ice. Talbot sends it into the Edmonton zone. Petrie rims it around, cut off by Mitchell. McKinnon for the Avalanche, surrounded. Pouliot took away the puck. Quick pass up ice for Roy. Taken back by the Avs. Shot to the front, and a tip by McKinnon sends the puck wide. 1-0 for the Avalanche. Danny Briere with the goal. Game at 7:55 here in the second period. Matt Duchesne and Tyson Barrie assisting. Puck lifted up in the air, off the glove, and that's a hand pass called on the Oilers. These lucky fans upgraded from the Ram Trucks fan zone to lower bowl seats courtesy of Ram Trucks. You can purchase tickets in section 362 for your chance to win and upgrade to the official truck of your Colorado Avalanche.
And Mike, it's, you know, you don't want to say that the Avs are comfortable with what they're doing, but it's more the idea that they're confidently going out shift after shift. And they're not overcommitting. They're not making any bad passes, any bad decisions right now. They're playing a very strong defensive game.
They lead this one 1-0, out shooting the Oilers 16-12. Edmonton has the puck. Lander trying to clear, and it slipped off the glove. They get into center ice, teed up and shut in by Cleese. Put off in the corner, kick back behind the net. Pass by McLeod. It's by Barry at the point, and Barry will come back for it. Being chased by Yakupov. Barry gets by Evelyn. Picking up speed, he gets in, smacked away, but it bounced in front of the Edmonton net. And covered by the goaltender Scrivens for a face-off.
Tyson Barrie, Mike, he went through a little bit of a dry patch there as far as offensively. But now he's had an assist. Last game, obviously, came on the overtime goal. Gets an assist tonight. You know, it's just those are the plays, Mike, that, you know, he's got to continue to make for the Avalanche.
Let's get the puck into the faceoff. One-timer by Ginla, stopped by Scrivens. Pushed around the boards. Let's keep it in play in the Edmonton zone. To the point. Pass towards O'Reilly. Caught him in the skate. The puck comes free. Not out of the zone. Avs again do a nice job holding it in. Shot by O'Reilly, and the glove save made by goaltender Ben Scrivens.
Like we talked about a little bit earlier, the idea that Ginla is really starting to find those spots where he scores from. You know, his timing is where when he gets to the right spot right now is absolutely perfect. You commented on him being in that far circle just down low, but he was there, he was ready. On that last play, he was there, he was ready at the right time. And that's so key for the man with the puck. It'll give you someone to move the puck to.
Shane ends up with the puck. Skates into the corner, reverse it back behind for Briere. Slip the puck into the crease. The Oilers have got it. Ferentz, long pass at center ice. Poke checked away by Stewart. The puck comes back to Stewart. Pass up ice for Briere. Behind him for Landeskog. Spins away from trouble. Pass in the slot, holding in. Shot save made by Scrivens. And we'll be back. More second period play coming up on Altitude. Avs lead it 1-0. Time for Lexus on the ice.
Well, Mike, the player we're looking at is Borna Grindovich, Mike, and what a nice goal he scored last game. He was so excited. He was telling us how to pronounce his name correctly yesterday, but here's the international part of this game of hockey now in the National Hockey League. There are 8 countries where players were born in and represented in this game tonight on these 2 clubs. So when you look at the different clubs, obviously Canada, the US, but Sweden, Switzerland, Germany, now Croatia. I mean, it is just a worldwide game.
Save made by Scrivens. And turns the puck to the corner. Duchesne after it. Put it behind the net. Wraparound try by Briere. Stopped. The puck picked up and carried up ice by Boyd Gordon. Blocked at the line. Offside Edmonton. All right, let's check in ringside here once again. Wait a minute. Before we check in with Julie, let's see if anything develops here. Oh, a little punch with that right hand by Landeskog. Right in the face of Matt Fraser. They're just continuing to jaw at each other.
Fraser recently picked up from the Boston Bruins on waivers. This is a little bit of a continuation. There was a play earlier in the first period where Landeskog and Fraser kind of pushed at each other, and then after the whistle, Landeskog finishes off his check. A couple of pretty good shots thrown there.
You can see Gabriel Landeskog in the penalty box for the Avalanche. Matt Fraser in for the Edmonton Oilers. To the head coach Todd Nelson, he was holding up 4 fingers and wondering if there was an extra minor penalty given out, but it's just going to be a minor for each.
Yeah, I think he was wondering it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey. Also, you know, I think that because both, I think You saw that both guys got a pretty good shot in on that play.
After the face-off, controlled by Edmonton. So we go for the second time in this game to 4-on-4.
Avalanche penalty, number 92, Gabriel Landeskog.
Both Landeskog and Fraser get 2 minutes for roughing. The penalty's called at 14:30. Avalanche come out in the center with the puck. Brought in by Hayda. Drop pass for O'Reilly. In the slot. One-timer set. Rebound. Set wide by Tanguay. Nugent Hopkins hustling out to center ice. Cuts across the line. Hand off to Eberle. Through the circle. His pass got tipped to the corner. Petrie pass behind the net for Jordan Eberle. Reverses. Comes out in front. His pass doesn't connect, and the puck goes to the corner. Tanguay up ice for Johnson. One man back initially. Everybody else jumping up. The pass picked off. There to center by Hall. Up ahead for Eberle. Back to Hall. And that's broken up by Colorado. 50 seconds left of those matching penalties on Landeskog and Fraser. Kinner runs into Mitchell. Again, it's still though with the puck. Into the corner. Checked by Purcell. Steals it away. Up the boards for Roy. That's through the middle. And pushed ahead. Into the corner by the defenseman Andrew Farron. Mitchell for the Avalanche. Finds Tyson Barrie. 25 seconds left in this 4-on-4. Stewart moves the puck around the boards. Oilers hold it in. Up high the line, Roy. Stolen away by Duchesne. His pass through the middle. Taken back by the Oilers. Pass to center. Avs get it back. Duchesne knocked it in. Schultz pass through the middle. Caught by Roy. Throws to the boards. Penalties are over. Fraser gets the handoff. Smacks the puck to the corner. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey with 3:20 to go in the second. Avs lead at 1-0. Daniel Briere with a goal earlier in this period. Nail Yakupov with the puck. Makes the pass get through for Lander. Over the line. Onside. Down the slot. Yakupov. Chance got blocked. Picks up the loose puck. Pass towards the point. Got tipped. O'Reilly gaining on his man. The pass comes through for Yakupov. Makes a pass across. And shot in around the board. Varlamov lets it go. That allows Johnson to get to it for the Avalanche. And he bounces it down the ice. And Colorado will get called for icing. Well, Julie, we tried to talk to you earlier before the little battle ensued, so let's check in with you right now. Here's Julie Brown.
That's okay. You guys were talking about Borna Rendulic, and I talked to him this morning. Obviously, it scored the other night that his first NHL goal and what it meant to the country of Croatia, and he said he got so many texts, so many phone calls, so many emails. A lot of newspapers picked up on the story. He's feeling like quite a celebrity, but he said, you know what? I really hope that's not the last one. He's so proud of that accomplishment, and his country is too, guys.
Thank you, Julie. Cleared out down the ice, and an icing call on the Colorado Avalanche again.
And just to continue that, Julie, was the idea that just listen to him speak, tremendously articulate about, how his whole career started, how, the sports that he played when he was a kid, how hockey was maybe the fourth. He was a basketball, soccer player, played handball. Hockey was just sort of the other sport that he played, but it's the one that he loved.
Well, Peter, in that interview I had with him earlier today, talked about just weren't a lot of rinks in his country. He played outdoors. Schultz with the puck. Makes the pass. Nugent Hopkins, cross ice, Eberle. Back to the point. Shot wide of the net. Goes along the boards. Punch back towards the corner for Nugent Hopkins. Up the wall. Back towards the corner. Steal by O'Reilly. Flips the puck to center. Schultz coming back for it. 2 minutes to go in the period. 1-0 Avalanche. Shot gets blocked and redirected over the glass and out of play.
Well, Gabe Landeskog, the month of December was one of those deceptive ones. In 13 games, he had 9 points, all of them being assists. But he did lead the Avalanche in assists for the month. Like in one of those months where he had his shots. He had 41 shots in the month. And You know, just I mean, you talk about absolutely no luck.
Petrie. Checked by McKinnon. He's going to get a penalty. Hooking penalty with 1:46 to go in the period. And the Edmonton Oilers will have their first power play opportunity of the game.
Almost. There's where the play was, Mike. Because at the end of it, by the time the sort of the fans and everything saw, it looks like it was Petrie that was doing the hooking, but the penalty had already been called.
McKinnon for hooking at 18-14. Nugent Hopkins wins the face-off to the point. Goes to the cross, gets it back. Tipped and wide of the net. The Oilers this season 29th in the league on the power play. Dead last on the road on the power play. Off the skate of Hall and behind the net. Back up the boards for Hall. Pass high in the slot. Justin Schultz slides it across. Eberle pass down low and Zip sends the puck wide back to the point. Split across for Taylor Hall. Couldn't get a shot away. Cleach on him. Hall. 1:05 left in the period. Makes the pass. Gets it back. Back up high for Schultz. Slides it across. Eberle. Nowhere to shoot the puck. Looking for an opening. Slides it back to the point. Hall cuts in. He shoots. That's blocked. Hands have kept Edmonton on the perimeter. And this is a penalty kill. And it's stripped away by Colorado. Scrivens will set it. 40 seconds to go in the period. 1-0 Avs. Oilers working on their first power play chance. Second unit out for Edmonton. The Avalanche have Tanguay, O'Reilly, along with Hayda and Johnson. The puck slides out to center. Lander sends it across. Just 15 seconds to go in the period. Pass up ice for Derek Roy. Skates to the red line. Over the line with the puck. Fraser stripped to the puck by Tanguay and dumped it in towards Scrivens. And that'll do it. Period comes to an end. The only goal we saw during that second period scored by Danny Briere. A nice setup from Matt Duchene.
Right, fair, professional period. They took the chance that they had, and Briere, beautiful pass by Duchene. But the idea was they didn't make mistakes. They weren't no 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s for the Edmonton Oilers. It was a really solid defensive period for the Avalanche.
That's into the locker room with the lead after 40 minutes of action. Danny Briere with his 7th of the year at 7:55. Right now, that's the difference. Stay tuned for the Subaru Intermission Report. Colorado Avalanche Hockey on Altitude is brought to you by Groove Subaru on Broadway or online at grooveauto.com. Pepsi, proud to be the official soft drink of the Colorado Avalanche. And by the Ford Explorer. It's time you did your exploring. Ford Explorer. Go further. Avalanche get a goal from Danny Briere during the second period, his 7th of the season, and they lead it 1-0. The goal was set up beautifully by Matt Duchene. And Matt Duchene, Peter, he's having one of those games. He's had career games against the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, that's 28 points now, 21 games against Edmonton. And Mike, I mean, just flying. I mean, I was on the spray. Look at the spray on that. How cool. I mean, how well you get to be able to skate to be able to do that. But, you know, more importantly for the Avalanche is creating offense. Then driving to the net, he and Johnson both just can't find that one to chip it in. But here's the goal. Now, Briere does a nice job of disappearing and then reappearing. But Duchene sees him on the far side, and the Avalanche had that one goal. And Mike, the thing that impressed me the most about that period was, you know, and Erik Johnson talked about it. There was an offensive and a defensive patience. No one cheated. No one did anything stupid. They waited. They got far in the nets. They know that Edmonton, you know, wasn't getting a ton of chances. Don't give them a chance. And that's what the Avalanche did well in that second period. And remember, they were talking for a long time, Mike, about the second period for the Avalanche being their toughest defensively. Edmonton only had 5 shots on goal in that second period.
And it took them quite a while to get that first of the 5. So here we go. Nugent Hopkins taking the face-off against Mitchell to start the third period. And when Colorado scores in the third, you score with Subway. Visit your local Subway restaurant tomorrow for any regular 6-inch sub for just $3 after 3 o'clock. The Avalanche score. Scrivens leaves the puck at the side of the net. Justin Schultz makes a handoff. Nugent Hopkins passes to center ice for Eberle. Going to pass through and gets it through the neutral zone. Tipped into the Avalanche end. Hayda takes a hold of the puck for Colorado. Just beginning things in our third period. Avalanche up 1-0. Nathan MacKinnon charging down the boards. Blocked at the line. Quick pass up ice for Purcell. Squeezed off the puck by Holden the Avalanche. Back behind the net. Chase in the corner. Roy passing the slot. Shot by Purcell. That one went off of Varlamov and wide. Rolled to the corner. By MacKinnon. Chopped it off the glass. Waiting. Ahead was Tanguay. Scooped up. Carried in by Stewart. He shoots. And a tip by Petrie sends the puck out of play.
Now let's have a look at what Semyon Varlamov has done tonight. Usually through the second periods, Mike. You know, this season for the Avalanche, there's been a lot of shots. Well, they're getting better. The shots are starting to come down. Edmonton's had... There's their best chance by a long shot to where he found that left pad save. That was a terrific save for Varlamov. But, you know, he's just been solid in nets.
Avs chased the puck. Tanguay whipped a pass. O'Reilly back to Tanguay. Circles behind the net. Waits. Holden snuck in. Shot and rolling through the crease. Picked up by Lander for Edmonton. Pass quickly up ice. Carried in. Yakupov shot, save made by Varlamov. Turn to the corner. Out to center ice. McGinley pushed the puck back behind him. At the middle of a change, Tanguay pushed the puck into the Oilers zone. Long pass off the end of the stick of Fraser. And into the Colorado end. Snapped around the wall. Waiting though at the point was Ferris. Towards the corner of the Colorado zone. Barrett, quick outlet pass for Briere. Going to be a penalty on Briere. He got hit by Gazdic and then retaliated. And the Oilers are going to get an early third period power play. Their second of the game.
Colorado 48 minor penalty for tripping.
Have another look at it right here. Just kind of... That's a big body coming at you, Mike. You're just trying to find something to do. But here's the scoring chance. And Nick Holden, I mean, that's what he does so well. And now back in the lineup. The last game he had a big assist for the Avalanche.
Power play number 2 for Edmonton. Danny Briere in the box tripping at 2:04. To the point, Schultz slides it across. Hall manning the point. And forced out to center ice by Tanguay. Cross ice pass, Jordan Eberle. Back into the Avalanche zone. Hand off to Hall. He cuts in, centered across, and a sliding save made by Varlamov. Pass tipped to the corner. Grab. Pass. Back to the point. Schultz winds, makes a pass across in the slot. Shot by Purcell, misses. Hall can't catch up to the puck. Batted away by Ted Purcell. Centered in front for Eberle. Knocked it wide. Back to Eberle. Past far circle. Hall shoots. Blocked by Johnson. Kicked in. Schultz tapped it across for Eberle. Back to Schultz in the slot. Sends it across for Hall. And Eberle going off the skate. Bounces to the circle. And sliding and smacked out of the zone by Eric Johnson.
There's about 4 guys that needed to get off the ice. They got banged, bumped, blocked shots.
Run in by Fraser. Got trickled to the front of the net. It's covered by Varlamov for a faceoff.
Like I apologize. I'm watching Nugent Hopkins is talking to the trainer about getting a skate on the back of his leg. Trainer's looking at him right now. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to be anything too serious, but that's a scary one when he gets back right there. Mike, you see the trainer's looking at it. because he went into the boards with Hayda, and Hayda, both of them sort of, it was an awkward sort of hit, and then all of a sudden he got up and he was just, yeah, he's heading to the locker room right now.
Puck carried to center ice by Jeff Petrie. To the corner. 20 seconds left in the Briere penalty. Avalanche lead this game 1-0. Petrie will hold it at the point. A little help from Roy. Pass to the cross. Back to Roy. Shoots. Blocked in front by Ginnon. Puck taken away by Roy. Rolled away from him, but another penalty on the Avalanche. Comes with 2 seconds left in the Briere penalty. And it's Alex Tanguay headed to the penalty box.
You can't keep doing this. The Avalanche, they played 4 minutes of this period, and there was a little bit of McKinnon's, and then there was another 2 minutes now, and now 2 more minutes. Well, Oilers running into themselves, but you know that Nugent Hopkins went to the locker room. He's one of their main quarterbacks on their power play.
Yep, he's their leading scorer this season in goals with 11 and points with 24. Eberle couldn't get the puck through. Cleared out by the Avalanche. Shot down the ice by Briere. So Briere's out of the box. Short 2-second 5-on-3. And now third power play chance of the game. Eberle coming in. Moves it back up off the wall to the point. Schultz give it right back for Hall. Hand off. Eberle back to Schultz at the blue line. Finds Eberle. Gives it back to Schultz. Shot through traffic. Knocked down. And it's in. And this game is tied at 1. That's a power play goal for the Edmonton Oilers. Somehow that puck found its way into the back of the net.
Well, they just stayed with it. You know, like it didn't look dangerous, then all of a sudden it was, and it just popped up over.
Benoit Pouliot.
Pouliot might.
I think he might be their best player tonight.
Yeah,
he's been good.
He's played real well. He's one of those guys. He's a big body, and they needed some size. They needed some good big guys, and Pouliot is one of those players.
Just came off the injured reserve list to join the team tonight, and has paid some dividends with a power play goal. And the Oilers knotted this one up in the third period. Now it's anybody's game with 15 minutes left to go in the third period. On the point, shot by Ferris, gets tipped high. Off the glass, picked up. Aired up ice by Barry. Puck bobbling around. Give it back to the Oilers. Put across by Petrie. Cross ice, Fraser shoots the puck into the Colorado zone. Yakupov crashes into Ginnon. And the puck comes free. Barry, pass for Landeskog. Ahead for Duchesne. Skates over the line. Pass broken up. Batted high in the air. Drops back behind the net. Oilers have got it. There to center ice by Gordon. Makes the pass through. Keaton shoots, head high, gloved by Varlamov. Face off in the Colorado zone coming up.
Like we've used the term for years, and it's called shortening the game, especially when you're on the road, where the other team has the ability, the home club has the ability to match the lines. Edmonton is exactly where they want to be right now. I mean, of course, you'd love to be ahead by a whole bunch of goals, but it's down to 14 minutes, and it's even. And they've worked to get that power play goal, and now is the pressure on the Avalanche to get that next goal? Are they going to, push it a little bit too hard? You can't do it. But the tendencies tell you that you will at some point.
Mitchell's pass over the line for the defenseman Stewart. Wings it across. Talbot tied up against the boards. Mitchell reverts it around, waiting, and Stewart lost the puck. Oilers moved out towards center ice. Cross ice pass. Purcell waits, ships it in. There's your Subway scoring summary. Power play goal for Pouliot. His first power play goal of the season. Schultz and Eberle with the assists. 4:47 the time of the goal. Pass through the middle. Bounce back for Tanguay. The hit for McKinnon. Broken up. Tanguay makes a nice steal. Centering pass. Barrett's got in the way. Pushed around the boards. And knocked past to Barry. Out to center ice. Handled by McKinnon. Cross ice pass. Tanguay waits, patient, makes a nice pass for O'Reilly. He's tagged against the boards. Tanguay and O'Reilly at the half boards. It's Tanguay with the puck. Broken up by Nugent-Hopkins. Then Hall to Ference. Couldn't get out of the zone initially. Then it's picked up. Carried ahead by Hall. Coming in on Barry. Nice move. And a shot goes tipped wide into the corner. Nugent-Hopkins goes down to the ice. Steal made. Cutting across. Shot! Loose puck and a snow angel save made by Varlamov. Big time save for Varlamov. This game tied at 1 in the third. Let's see the Coors Light cold hard facts for tonight.
Well, overtime goals. Obviously, they're going to be game winners. And this is during the regular season. Haydu, 9. Joe Sakic, 7. He saved his best work for the playoffs. David Jones, 6. And Ryan O'Reilly, who also has probably one of the more memorable overtime goals in the playoffs in the last few years for the Avalanche. That 1-0 goal where he didn't even know he touched it. It just was shot basically into their own net, and he got the overtime 1-0 when Anderson made, 51 saves or something?
Right. Battle for the puck in the Edmonton zone. Behind the net, Justin Schultz with the puck. The Avalanche without a shot yet in this period. Oilers had 9, and they've tied the game at 1. And just moments ago, they had a chance to take the lead. But Varlamov came up with a huge save for Colorado.
The Avalanche gave them some power play time, and they got some confidence, and now they're cruising. And this is a young club that's had nothing go right. I mean, it has been just one lousy break after the other. We talked about it, Mike. They won a couple of games that got to 6 wins, 8 losses, and a tie. You're thinking, okay, now we can get a little something going. Now they're 2-14-7 since that time, and so many of them have been 1-goal games.
But you look at their last 2, Peter. They got a shootout win against Los Angeles. Then they got to overtime against Calgary, lost that game. They've gotten 3 out of the last 4 points available to them. Pass up ice. Landeskog gives to Duchesne. Race to the corner. Shot around the boards. Cut off by Duchesne. He's tied up by Pulina. Avs control the puck in the Edmonton zone. Toss to the corner. Duchesne behind the net from Landeskog. Poked away. Duchesne got it back. Cuts in front. There's a chance. Off the side of the net by Landeskog. And the puck popped up in the air and apparently hit the screen, and the puck has gone out of play.
Well, Landeskog has done a tremendous job of staying positive. He has not once not been there when it's that time to talk, and it just drives you crazy when you're in one of these stretches.
Face off in the Edmonton zone. 1-1 third period. Oilers trying to clear. They get it out to center. Hammered back in by Getty. McLeod steals away the puck. Along the end boards. Yakupov run at by McLeod, but was able to push the puck free. Lifted out to center ice, and it's a race to the Avalanche zone. Yakupov pushed away by Getty. And the puck dropped in the corner. Cleese will get to it for Colorado. 11 minutes left to go in the third. Talbot cutting in. He shoots, blocked, gets it again. Shoots wide. Yakupov after the puck and just simply chopped it out through center ice. Going to result in an icing call on the Edmonton Oilers. Face off coming back in the Edmonton zone.
Well, Nugent-Hopkins, Mike, fortunately, he's been back now for a couple of shifts, so whatever they were looking at, they were quick to figure out that fortunately nothing was wrong, but he had that look in the eye. The worst look I ever saw was Corey Perry, where he fell on Jose Theodore's skate, and he cut him on the inner thigh, and he knew it, and he was white by the time he got to the bench. Players, that's a lousy feel.
They want to get Nugent-Hopkins back, Peter. No regular four in the NHL plays more minutes than he does. They're amazing. Here's the guy that thought before his career start, would he be big enough? Would he be strong enough to withstand the NHL season? Well, he's getting lots of playing time. Pass across for Briere. Chases it into the corner. Still with the puck, Danny Briere. He's got the Avalanche goal. Cutting across. Danny Briere with the puck. He shoots. Missed. Back around the boards. And getting involved, the defenseman Tyson Barrie. He's all over the ice. Puck bounced away from him. Back to the Avalanche blue line. Stewart's pass picked off. Purcell. 2-on-1 Oilers with Hall. Shot off the post by Purcell. Back to the point for Schultz. He walks in, he shoots, and that one directs wide. So both teams here in the third period have had a real good chance. Landeskog and then Purcell in the post. Waved that and missed, and the Avalanche can get some numbers up the ice. Carried through center, but nope, they're going to make a line change as Briere brings it in by himself. Steal by Hall. Pass ahead for Eberle. 9:15 to go in the third. Eberle's got the puck. Trying to make a pass. Cut off. Behind the net, O'Reilly. Hall on him. And the puck cut off by Nugent Hopkins. Played back into the corner for Hall. He gets checked by Hayda. O'Reilly takes the puck for Colorado. Johnson slaps it into the corner. It's a race. Oh, icing. That looked to be a neck-and-neck race, but the linesman decided to call it icing on Colorado.
Well, the Avalanche, a little bit of a bad pass, Mike, and that was just so close. That's right on my angle, and you know, Varley will tell you that he had the angle played and hit the post, but that was way too close for comfort.
From the point, Petry's shot in a skate comes wide. In the slide, here's a chance for Ference, but the puck was bobbling on him. Couldn't get a shot on net. Roy picks up the puck for Edmonton behind the net. Reversing. O'Reilly leans on him. Roy centers. O'Reilly makes a nice steal, but kept in at the point. Petry let it slide back behind the net. Stewart scooped it up off the boards and out. Will this be icing? It will. Another icing call on the Avalanche. Another face-off in the Colorado zone.
Like any coach, what you want to do if you're Edmonton right now, you want this 15-second face-off because you know you got a tired group of Avalanche. The referee did look over at Patrick Waugh to see if he was going to maybe call that timeout. Patrick just said nope.
Rams get one change, long shot, and caught by Varlamov, and smartly holds the puck so he can get some new, fresh legs on the ice. 1-1 in the third. Let's answer the Stevenson Automotive Did You Know question. Back in the first period, we asked you what franchise had the longest playoff drought in NHL history.
Yeah, it was the Florida Panthers. Now they had been to the playoffs, but it had been 10 years since they had been into the playoffs until a couple years ago when they finally got back in. They're actually having a really good year this year. The Longo's really helped them. But this club, the Edmonton Oilers, like it's 8 in a row. It's 10, and then I believe it's Colorado Rockies and the New Jersey Devil franchise. It was 9, so it's going to be a sort of an historic run.
With the puck, Eberle back to the point. Came out of the zone to lay offside. And right now, Peter, when you look, now this game tied up at 1, but if you look at the season Edmonton's having, you don't see, hard to see the changing in the near future for this franchise.
It's not happening this year. I mean, that's just not the way it is
for their fans, so they can change it around because there are some loyal, great fans there.
Oh my goodness! And they can be a little Canadian crazy when it comes to the game. When it comes to the game, but the idea is they just love it. They're getting a new building, and
they'll be ready in 2 years.
And they want a big time club in Edmonton.
Avalanche get to the puck. It's Landeskog getting out of his own zone. Gets it back. Twisting in the slot, shot by Duchesne, and the puck tipped wide. Picked up Duchesne, flings it back to the point. Johnson in, and he missed high. Back up the board. Other defenseman Holden behind the net for Duchesne. Landeskog picks up the puck. Pass back. Shot by Holden. Handheld by Scriven.
Yeah. Under the nice pass across. Duchesne finds it. Duchesne coming through. The guy had lost his stick. There were so many things that were working for the Avalanche on that particular shift. Scrivens was just able to hold on to it.
And the face-off the Edmonton zone. This time the Oilers get it. Ferentz behind the net, roll it up the boards. Hendricks makes the pass through. Carried to the red line by Petrie. And the Edmonton defenseman throws it around the boards. Put to the corner. Cleats behind the net for Barry. Played it off the wall. Oilers keep it in at the blue line. Stopped at the half boards. Tyson Barry, rink wide pass. Carried in by Talbot. Dumps the puck past the defenseman. Scramble behind the net. Gets kicked on the wall. Purple takes a hold of the puck. 6:35 to go in the third. Game tied at 1. Purcell dropped it behind him. Pass across Petrie. And Ferentz gets into the neutral zone. Off the boards. Flicked in. Holden for the Avalanche. Checked by Yakupov. Lander back to Yakupov. Rolled away from him. Pinching in from the point. Mark Fane dropped it around the boards in the Colorado zone. And squeezed out to center. Now it's a race for the puck. McKinnon with his speed after it. Fane, though, got there first. Fraser moves it up off the glass. And wedged out to center by Edmonton. 6 minutes to go. Got ahead by Holden. Yakupov took it back for the Oilers. Fane pass. Yakupov goes headed off the ice, so the Avalanche get a chance, but it's blocked. Tipped out to center ice, picked up, carried in by Taylor Hall, cuts across, dropped it for Nugent Hopkins, but he got bumped by McKinnon. Hayden's pass. Taken. And stripped away, though, by Edmonton. Hall turns, shoots it through the middle for Eberle. Skates into the Colorado zone. Up against the boards, goes down to the ice, but able to hook it in the corner for the defenseman Schultz. Put it behind the Avalanche net. Jan Hayden makes the pass of ice for Ryan O'Reilly. Skates in over the line, coming wide. Dropped it behind the net for Rick Ginla. Tanguay's got a man in front. There's the pass towards O'Reilly, but it was tipped by Roy. Back around the shelf. Ginla catches up to the puck. Threw it to O'Reilly. Threw it on nets. And a glove save made by Scrivens. Stopping the action. Just under 5 minutes left in the third. Game tied at 1. No goals during the first period. Into the second, Matt Duchesne circled the net, found Briere wide open. Slammed it in for his 7th. The Avalanche took a 1-0 lead in the third. Then on the power play, Pouliot in front of the net, got to that loose puck in time and just squeezed it in to get his 4th of the season. And that's where we're at. Each team with a goal. 4:54 to go in the third period. And both teams had close calls, taking the lead here in this third period. Landeskog in front of the net. Cut across, hit the side of the net, and then Purcell, chasing the puck right now, hit the post with a shot, point-blank range. And off to Petrie coming in. Wide, shoots wide of the Avalanche net. Hendricks threw it back in front and caught by goaltender Semyon Varlamov. One more game to go in the 3-game homestand. It'll be Sunday nights when the Avalanche host the Columbus Blue Jackets. We start things at 5:30 with a 6 o'clock face-off this Sunday on Altitude. And Peter, the Columbus Blue Jackets got off to a horrific start to their season, but they've been playing much better hockey lately.
And they've gotten some bodies back. Yep. Bobrovsky is back, and he was third star this month, 9-1-1.
Fane bounce pass side of the net, slugged away by Johnson. Rendulic shoots the puck to center. Fane got it back for the Oilers. Dumped in to the corner. approach 4 minutes left to go in the third. Johnson couldn't get out of the zone. Pass down low, chopped by Hall, but the puck went wide. Back to the point. Shot by Keaton. Blocked. Back along the wall. And finally out to center. Keaton to Keaton. Moves the puck across for Eberle. Pass back into his own zone. Fahane almost tipped that towards Scrivens. Eberle, a little pressure put on him. And Landeskog stole the puck away, but it's pushed out to center ice. Holden sends it across through the middle. O'Reilly comes into the zone. His pass cut off by Ferris. Oilers move out towards center ice. Pass carried in by Yakupov, but it hit him in the body as he came over the blue line, caused the play to be offside.
You wonder why goaltenders just stay aware all the time. The puck's just coming back. Riley got a little piece of it, and the defenseman just chips it towards him. Oh, we're getting down to big play time, Mike. This and then possibly overtime, 8:15 remaining as far as for somebody to make that big play.
Avalanche won their last game in overtime. The Oilers lost their last game in overtime. And will we get there? 3 minutes to decide it in regulation. Oilers called for icing.
Yeah, just watching Patrick Roy. Now he's stayed pretty consistent tonight with the line. I think one of the reasons that Mike is they played well defensively, but you know, right now offensively they could use a shift or someone to come up with a big play. But defensively, it's been a solid game throughout the team.
And went on the face-off by Mitchell. Stewart throws the puck to the corner. Batted away by McKinnon. Petrie pass to center ice for Fraser. Backing into the Colorado zone. Stopped behind the net. Barry racing up ice. Gets to McKinnon. Gets by one man. Cutting in. Backhander saved by Scrivens. McKinnon threw it across. Pinching in. Stewart keeps it alive, but the Oilers take away the puck. Pass carried in. Down the slot. Roy cuts in. It slides into the net. Whistle blown.
Roy, who just joined the Edmonton Oilers, signed with Nashville. That was one of those good non-calls by the referee. He just lost his edge, but then McKinnon just blind. Does what Patrick Roy was saying. Mike gets that puck on net.
Skated in.
Yep.
And instead of just curling to the boards and looking to make a pass or set up a play, get there. Put the puck on net. And he did exactly that. Faceoff comes outside the zone. Oilers have it. The red line brought in by Fane. Cut off behind the net. 2 minutes to go in the third period. 1-1 game. Johnson brings out from behind the net. Makes a pass. Tipped in by Ginla. Jordan Eberle with the puck for Edmonton. Shoots it to the corner. Oilers almost got to that. Nugent Hopkins was pushed away into the corner, but play continues on. Nugent Hopkins behind the net. Lost it. O'Reilly pass for Tanguay. 90 seconds to go in the third. Pass up ice. Oh, Ginla was sneaking behind the defense. At the line. Pushed in by Hall towards Varlamov. Both teams changing up.
Hey, hold it.
Duchesne's line comes out. Pass for Landeskog. Just put it through the skates of Lander. Over the line with a pass. Broken up. Blocked by Duchesne in the corner with the puck. Up the boards. Still with it. That's blocked. Duchesne fights off. Challenge. Move the puck around the boards. Back into the corner. Yakupov. Pass up ice. Avalanche regain possession the center zone. 50 seconds to go in the third period. Ferentz shoots the puck down the ice, and it is off the body apparently in the Edmonton bench, so that's the reason for the stop. They're going to bring the faceoff though back in the Edmonton zone.
Like just on that last shift, we saw the one little subtle change as far as the lines.
Yeah.
Radulich out with Landeskog again on that line, and Talbot's back with his normal line mates, Cleach and McLeod.
Yeah, he did that earlier. And right now it's Mitchell out for the face-off. He's been good tonight on the draws. He's taking the face-off against Boyd Gordon, who leads the Oilers in face-off winning percentage. But Mitchell won it. Back to the point for Holden. Bouncing puck corralled. Behind the net in the corner. Freed up and pushed ahead by Purcell. Not out of the zone. McKinnon holds it in. Back up the boards. This time it does come out to center. 30 seconds left in the third period. Center ice, Briere. Smacked ahead by Hendricks. Into the Colorado zone behind the net. Back around for Briere. 15 seconds to go. Got Mitchell with him. Blocked at the line. Pushed back the other way. And is that going to be icing? It is. So the Avs got a chance here. 7 seconds to go. And a face-off in the Edmonton zone.
Now 7 seconds to go. If you get control, Mike, is an eternity. You can. There's a couple ways you can go to get the big shot from Tyson Barrie. Johnson can slide in.
Nugent Hopkins against O'Reilly. Oilers though win the faceoff. Ferris shoots it around the boards. Another icing call coming up, but they're going to let it run out. So for the second consecutive game for the Avalanche, they're going to overtime. Same thing for the Edmonton Oilers. Another overtime game in Denver. Briere for the Avs, Pouliot for the Oilers, and we're headed to overtime in Colorado. Tonight's overtime being brought to you by Groove Subaru. They're on Broadway, also online at grooveauto.com. Each team with a goal during a regulation, so we're headed towards overtime. And Peter, Tyson Barrie, he's got ice water in his veins when it comes to these overtime games.
I mean, he hasn't been around long enough to put up those kind of numbers. Those are career numbers. I mean, Mikey, they've been fun goals, big goals in Chicago. Big one last game. As far as an assist on O'Reilly's, I mean,
well, he just becomes fearless carrying the puck.
Yeah.
Now, he does it certainly during regulation, Peter, but boy, the stakes are a little higher in overtime if you make a mistake, but he just is absolutely fearless carrying the puck.
And where he goes in the offensive zone. He'll go to that place that's maybe 10 or 15 feet closer towards the net. So if he does get that shot, there's no way that the goaltender can save it. You know, so you have to have a little bit of, you know, that, as you say, that hockey carefree nature as far as jumping up into the play. You got to have some coyotes, and he certainly has them.
Well, who the Avalanche start with? Patrick Waugh sending out Gabe Landeskog, Matt Duchene. Those are the two forwards, and it's John Hayda and Eric Johnson as the defenseman. For the Avalanche, they are 2-6 this year in overtime. The Oilers, though, they're awful. 1-8 in overtime games this season. Coming back for the puck. Shot across by Klefbom. And the Oilers on the move to center ice. Nugent Hopkins pass over the line onside. Shot by Eberle gets blocked. And Duchene makes a handoff to Landeskog. He skates up ice. We're playing 4-on-4. 5 minutes of sudden death overtime hockey. Landeskog and Nugent Hopkins down the ice. All had his stick chopped down. Then Landeskog takes down Nugent Hopkins. Play continues on. And the puck carried in by Johnson. Stripped away by Hall. Bounce back for Johnson. Tanguay in front. There's a chance, but it's broken up. 2-on-1 the other way for Edmonton. Hall coming in. Hall in. Shot. And Varlamov makes the save. He got his right arm up and made the save. Hall crashed into behind the net by Holden. Side of the net. Picked up by the Avs.
Edmonton had the two guys they wanted to
they
have
sure
chances,
did.
Everly and Hall.
Hall took the shot, but Varlamov got his arm up. Holden skates in. Keeps it around the boards. Tanguay dropped in the corner for O'Reilly. New Year's Eve hero. Here's O'Reilly with a chance. Cut off, though, by Roy. Skates out to center ice. Pushed ahead. Oilers into the zone. Oilers have a chance. Stripped away. Reaching for it was McKinnon. Out to center ice. Oilers get it back. Fired off the boards. This could be icing. It is. 3:10 left in overtime.
Here's that first chance they had. Everly, Mike, he does a great job of just getting some time. And Hall on the 2-on-1. You know, you look over and not to say that you shouldn't pass, but the defenseman's there. You say, you know what? The best play for me is to shoot right here. And Varlamov just made a better save.
Face-off won by the Avalanche. Up high, Tyson Barrie trying to do his magic again. Hand off to McKinnon. Running across. McKinnon goes down to the ice. Gets right back up, still with the puck. Avs have got it. Mitchell back to the point for Barrie. He shoots wide of the net. McKinnon pushed it back. Barrie dragged it out to center ice. Pass slides through for Eric Johnson. Skates in, he shoots, and a glove save by Scrivens. He was moving to his right, but reached back with that left hand to make the save.
You know, there's the speed that McKinnon gives to the defenseman, and then there's just that force that Johnson has because he's so big and skates so well. But you step up on a Mike, and if you don't get him pure, he's going to knock you and spin you and just keep going.
Jerome McGinley's taking the face-off for the Avs. He is out with Gabe Landeskog, along with Stewart and Hayda. Good win on the face-off. Hayda gets around one man. Pass, Stewart shoots, and a glove save made by Ben Scrivens.
Boy, does Hayda do a nice job to find Stewart and put it right in the right spot so Stewart can unload. He's going around looking at Stewart, 17 open. He's got the lane right through. Nice pass, nice play for the Avalanche.
Oilers get the possession after the face-off. Petrie skating out to center ice, being hounded by Ginla. Puts the puck in. Varlamov sets it behind the net for Hayda to take. And the Avalanche begin their breakout. There to center by Landeskog, shoots it in. Scrivens out to stop the puck. A couple Avalanche players on him, but he's able to scoop it ahead for Everly. Cross ice for Schultz. 2 minutes left in overtime. The give to Nugent Hopkins. Shoots it towards the net. Knocked down. Played behind the net by Everly. Pushed it along. Tanguay broke it up. Bounced free. Nugent Hopkins back for Everly. Tanguay on him. They drag the puck along the end board. Finally freed up, and Tanguay, smart play there by the veteran. Pushed out to center ice, and Tanguay's got the puck. He's coming in over the line. Still with it somehow. Waits. Tanguay sends it across. Shot saved by Scrivens. Boy, Alex Tanguay did several things well on that shift, both defensively and offensively. He's amazing.
He was down at one end, and he was battling with the guy, and he was able to get the puck out of the zone. And here, he's so good in around the opposition stick, Mike. They'll have the stick, and you'll see it, and for some reason, they can't poke the puck off of his stick. And other guys, yes, they'll poke it, you know, whatever, but for some reason, it doesn't come off of his stick.
Ball gets by Johnson, sends a pass through, over the line, coming in, pass, Hall, pass in front. Oh, he had a man open, but it was tipped. Just wanted back around the boards. Reversal, couldn't hold on to the puck, played to Eric Johnson. Got Duchesne with him. Johnson powers his way in, makes the pass across for Briere. Pass knocked down. Oilers come to center ice. Hall with the last minutes of overtime happening. Pass in the slot. Shot. Oh, and sliding. It was broken up. And the Avalanche have a chance to come the other way. Briere's got Duchesne in front. His pass was tipped. Hall takes a hold of it. 35 seconds to go. Covered by Scrivens. What's a face-off?
Yeah.
Why, Peter?
Don't know, Mike.
Why would you want a face-off?
Well, one, if you feel comfortable with your guys, that you can take a draw, and these guys are tired, but it just seemed like.
Peter, that was an odd play.
Yeah, I mean, Hall was the one that instigated it. Said, I want to get off the ice, but I mean, you could have moved it in behind the net.
That was when the face-off. Pass up bites. Carried in by Gordon. Cuts in, he shoots, missed the net. Pouliot has it. Threw it back across. Gordon, though, was headed off the ice. And didn't see the pass coming. Through the middle, broken up. Avs chasing the puck. We're down the last 10 seconds. Bounce pass off the boards. Looks like we are headed to a shootout. And this one is headed to a shootout. Neither team could get the game winner in the overtime period. And overtime, not enough to decide it tonight. So it's time for the shootout. Presented to you by Groove Subaru. Well, the Avalanche, Peter, they lost their first 2 shootouts of the season, but have won 4 in a row. And the Edmonton Oilers, they've only won 1 shootout this season, but it was the last one they had 2 games ago against Los Angeles, and Scrivens was in net for that one. But Varlamov, boy, is he good. And Scrivens and Varlamov have dueled tonight. Each team had 28 shots, and each team with just 1 goal.
Yeah, the goaltenders, like, it didn't seem like they were tested, but the numbers started to build up as the game went along. Well, I don't doubt it's not going to be McKinnon. I believe he's now 4 for 4 in the 4 shootout attempts that he's had.
And he's going to start it for the Avs.
Big point, Michael. Big extra point here for the Avalanche.
There is. We've seen McKinnon lately, Peter. He does the move where he slows down and then shoots high.
Shoots high on the forehand, up over in this situation.
See if he does it again on Scrivens. Here comes Nathan McKinnon. Coming in, slowing down. Glove save made by Scrivens. So he tried to do that same thing.
Like, you wonder, is this a little pre-scouting? Because watch the glove. It never wavers. The glove never wavers. It never drops.
Well, it'll be Derek Roy as the first shooter for the Edmonton Oilers on Semyon Varlamov. Here comes Roy. Whoa, he slowed to crawl. Then he picked up, big backhand off the post. So both teams have 1 shooter not able to score. And a chance there, but it hit the post. Now, what we've seen lately, Peter, Duchesne scored the last couple shootout goals with a backhand. He's going to forehand side, coming in. He's got it. Scored by Matt Duchesne. That time he went forehand and scored.
That was just pure smooth. He's coming in, walked in, Mike, got the goal. You see the goalie bit on the first one, and bingo! All of a sudden, I mean, that was really well done by Matt Duchesne.
Jordan Eberle. Pressure now on Edmonton. Jordan Eberle in on and save made by Varlamov.
Well, Eberle's got as many moves as any player in the Edmonton Oilers, and Varlamov just read it perfectly.
Alex Tanguay can win it. If he scores here, it's over. Alex Tanguay for the win in the shootout for the Avalanche. Alex Tanguay waits and scores. And the Avalanche win in a shootout. They win the Groove Subaru shootout and win the game 2-1. That is now 5 5 shootout wins in a row for the Avalanche.
Mike, the patience.
Vintage Tanguay there.
Isn't that just, we go back to the one in New York with Henry the King Lundqvist. That was just, you know, and he is so confident with it when he gets to that spot where it looks like you've got to panic. Alex, shoot it, shoot it. He takes another step and then just pops the top shelf.
Well, Varlamov did his job. He stopped the 2 shots that he faced in the shootout. And the Avalanche had a couple of shootout goals from Matt Duchene and then the winner from Alex Tanguay to win the game 2-1.
And Michael, you know, you look at it and you go, boy, the Edmonton Oilers are a club maybe you think you should beat easily. It don't matter. It does not matter. They got the 2 points and they move on.
Yeah, bottom line, whether it was 7-0 or 2-1 shootout, they got the 2 points.
Yep.
Well, so the Avalanche win it. Now let's listen in to the announcement of the 3 stars tonight.
Number 67, Benoit Pouliot. Tonight's 2nd star from the Avalanche, scoring the game's first goal, number 48, Daniel Briere. And tonight's first star from the Avalanche with 27 saves and the win, number 1, Semyon Varlamov. Our number 1 star is with Julie Brahman.
Semyon, this team has won 5 straight shootouts. Can you tell me the reason behind that success?
You know, we've been working a lot about the shootouts in the practice. That's why we have success, I think. It's easy, you know, easy answer.
It seemed like tonight was a game of patience. Did you feel like that?
Yeah, I feel that way for sure. You know, especially in overtime. We had, I think, a couple good chances to score, but we didn't score. And then, you know, they had one chance to score, but not scoring. But it was a good game, fun to watch, I think, for the fans.
Now you've won 2 straight games, a pretty nice way to head into the new year, yes?
Yeah, for sure. You know, 2015 right now here, and then it's nice to start 2015 with a big W.
Thanks, Varley.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
All right, that was Semyon Varlamov. Back up to you.
Oh, the Avalanche, last 2 wins. They got an overtime win over the Philadelphia Flyers, and they get a shootout win over the Edmonton Oilers. We'll see you again on Sunday. The Avalanche will be hosting the Blue Jackets. We'll start coverage at 5:30 on Altitude. Now let's get to the studio. It is time for the AutoNation Toyota Locker Room Report.